morning, everyone. Happy Easter Sunday. It is Tiffany here, just on my way to do some shopping with my main man. I've been serenading him all morning, actually, with
BS.
country oldies. I'm not sure that he's so supportive of me starting a singing career as of yet.
Under the bus.
And I fully support him. And I haven't
Throw
exactly
me under the bus.
No, I just haven't shown you the true vocal talents that I have because of this cough. That's the excuse that I'm going to stick to. But I've had some Ring of Fire going this morning, some Judds, so I've definitely been treating Sid to a concert all morning long. So I wanted to just jump on real quick. I know it's Easter Sunday. I know you're like stuffing yourself full of chocolate
and
ham and whatever other good stuff you've got going on this weekend.
It's like pre-Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
6 months ahead.
Yeah, just preparation for Thanksgiving. And I know that even though all of that's going on, at some point today, it is Sunday, and you're going to start preparing for the week. And so I wanted to talk about why friends and family may not always be the ones who support you initially in your journey. And this isn't just in business. This is really in any area of your life. Whether that is starting a business, whether that is, starting to invest or change your financial future, whether that is losing weight or, whatever it is, running a marathon, whatever your goals are, your friends and family may not always be the ones who are first, initially, the most supportive. And I want to share why with you, and it's probably not for the reasons that you think it is. Before we get started though, I just want to remind you that I do have a program that is all the support tools, everything, coaching that you need to get to that goal for only $7 a month. So head over to removemylimits.com. Anybody that signs up today, I'm also going to throw in some free tickets to a workshop that I have coming up, to any of my workshops. So removemylimits.com. So why are your friends and family least likely to support you on the early stages of your journey? I'm going to give you a little bit of a brain training first before I get into that why. So I'm sure you've heard that we are the average of our environment. And if you haven't heard that before, it's important to know that you are the average in all areas of your life of the people that you spend the most time with. This also includes people that you surround yourself with online, because social media sites and social networking has become such a big part of our lives nowadays that those things do count. Oops. A little bumpy on the road here. So in your health, you have people that you surround yourself with who are a lot healthier and people who are a lot less healthy, and you are the average of them. You have people who have better relationships, whether that is friendships, business relationships, or intimate relationships with family. You have people who are better and people who are worse. You have people who make a lot more money than you and people who make a lot less. You have people who have better businesses and careers and people who have not as good business and careers. So in all areas of your life, including mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you are the average of your environment. It's important to know that while those people make up your average, specifically the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Now, if you have kids, they don't count because they're just mini-me versions of you until they hit like 18 or 21. They have to be human. So if you're like, well, I spend all day with my dog, that doesn't count. And trust me, I have had people say that. People who have passed away within the last 12 months, they can still be influencing you because their memory is still quite fresh. So keep that in mind as well. The way that I look at it is, if I was to get locked up in jail, who are the first 5 people that I would call for bail money? Or if I was to go through a horrible breakup, who are the first 5 people that I would call for support? And if you look at it that way, those are really the 5 people that make up the majority of your average. You make up their average as well, though. And anytime that you decide to start raising your average, whether that is going to conferences, whether that is taking, financial education or some form of course to learn how to improve, hiring a coach or a trainer, starting a business, going on a diet, or, throwing out all the junk food in the house, whatever it is. When you do those things, you're raising your average, which means you are stepping outside of your comfort zone. Now, anytime we step out of our comfort zone, we go into what's called the panic zone. Because what happens on an unconscious level is we're wired to be creatures of habit. So we know, if I do the same thing every single day, if I drive the same way to work, if I go to the same coffee shop for my morning coffee, if I shop at the same grocery store, if I do all the same things every day, happy Easter, Cole, thanks so much for jumping on. If I do the same things every day, then my unconscious mind doesn't have to be on hyper alert for things that can hurt me or kill me. That's how we're wired. It just is. There's no point in denying it. There's no point in fighting it. We are wired from an evolutionary standpoint to find the things that can hurt us and kill us, that will stop us from reproducing and passing on our bloodlines in the future. So if I start stepping outside of my comfort zone and doing new things, it sends the amygdala, which is the fear center of the brain, it sends your reticular activating system and your unconscious mind into this huge tizzy where you don't know what to expect anymore. So all of a sudden your unconscious mind is on high alert, figuring out what could potentially harm you or hurt you or kill you because you're doing something new. So that's why when we step outside of our comfort zone, we move into the panic zone, and I'll do another video this week to explain that a little bit more. But whenever you decide, you make that conscious decision, I'm going to make a change, I'm getting rid of all the junk food, I'm starting with a trainer or a coach or whatever it is tomorrow, I'm going to this personal development workshop, you are consciously making the decision to raise your average. Here's what happens though, and this is the reason why your friends and family may not always be the most supportive of your journey in the initial stages. The reason is when you start to raise your average, because you also contribute to their average, you start raising their average. So you have made the conscious decision to step outside of your comfort zone, which drags them out of their comfort zone. It makes them look at all the areas in their life that they could make a change and they're not. All the areas in their life where they're giving into fear or self-doubt or mediocrity or whatever it is, the slew of reasons or excuses that they have to stay the same. But the thing is they didn't get to make that decision. You've made that decision for them by going out and bettering yourself. So what this does from a unconscious and biological level is that it puts them into the panic zone, which makes them go into fight or flight mode. Their stress system kicks in. Their body gets full of adrenaline and noradrenaline and cortisol to put them into fight or flight mode, and the only thing that they know how to do is to react. And so they make comments, whether it's digs or little comments like, are you sure you should be doing that? Because of the hormones going on in their body, because their fear center in their brain and their unconscious is thrown into this tizzy because you have pulled them out of their comfort zone. So when coaches out there tell you, when people hate on you, or when friends and family, tell you that you're not doing the right thing, that's a reflection of them, not a reflection of you. I get that can be really easy to just disregard and say, oh yeah, sure, it's easy for you to say, except from a scientific level, it's true. You put your friends and family into fight or flight because you've made the decision to step out of your comfort zone, and that pulls them out of theirs. So that this is no reason for you to stop on your journey. And this is the number one reason that people don't follow through, is they don't feel supported. And that was one of the major reasons why I created the Limitless League, which you can join for only $7 a month over at removemylimits.com was to provide that support system for people until their friends and family come around. And here's the thing, I am living proof that your friends and family will come around. I've been the weird one in my friendship group and in my family for a very, very long time. And now everyone sees that what I'm doing is working, and everyone wants to know what they need to do to go on that same journey that I have. And I've cleared the way for them. It actually makes them easier, because if we've all grown up with the same belief systems, whether that's around money or health or relationships or whatever it is, and I've shown them that you can get rid of it, well, guess what? They know already. They have that shining example right in front of them that it can happen as well. Somebody's got to clear the path through the forest. It's okay if that person is you. Decide to take it on. Instead of going, well, why do I have to be the person to do it? Just be the person to do it. So find a support system, whether it's the Limitless League, which you can join at removemylimits.com, or whether it's a group on Facebook. I have other groups you can join, Foundations for Success. If you're a woman, you can join my Boss Business Babes group. There are groups out there, like Cole said. You know, when I was going through my journey, some of the people who supported me, just like Cole, were people that I knew online. People I'd never met in real life before were some of my best friends. In fact, my wedding party is full of people that initially I only knew online, and eventually we caught up in person, but initially I only knew them online. So there are people who will support you. If your friends and family don't, good, that's their journey. That's no reason for you to give up on yours. So as you get ready for this week, remember that. Remember that it's okay to raise your average, and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. That's their stuff. So have an amazing Easter. We're just getting to IKEA, so you know I have a whole lot of fun in my future.
Oh, God.
Sid's really excited about the IKEA maze. I'm just excited to organize my house. That's really all I'm excited about. So have an amazing Easter Sunday. I love you all. Head to removemylimits.com if you need that support system. I am more than happy to support that for you, or to provide that support system for you. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye.